welcome into the CHGO Bears Podcast. It is a Cole Kmet Tuesday.
Yes.
We love our Tuesdays. Cole Kmet in the house. Adam Hoge, Mark Carman, Greg Braggs Jr. with you as well. What's up, Cole? How'd you enjoy your mini-bye?
It was nice. It went by pretty quick, the weekend, but it was definitely enjoyable and got to, casually watch some football on Sunday, which is always great, and just kind of hang out. So it was a good time.
Great to see you guys get a win, Cole. Congrats. So many moments that we want to go through here, but how about the third down, getting into field goal range, 17 finding you, and then let's focus on the Cole Kmet shimmy shake to the sidelines. I really liked it.
Yeah, it was good. After the game, I kind of talked about it, but obviously we wanted to score more points throughout the game, but there were two really good situational things that we did well in that game that I think we've struggled with in the past, and that's scoring points at the end of half and then finishing the game ourselves as an offense. And we were able to do both those things on Thursday night on a short week, and I thought those were two big positives going into this next game.
All right. Carm totally skipped over the most important thing we had to start the show with, which is, after either of your touchdowns in New Orleans, did you yell out "F you, Braggs"?
After the second one, I was more aware of it, because the first one I just I did kind of forget about it, but the second one, I did say it. I don't know if there was any audio that picked up on it though.
That's hilarious. Said it.
Yeah. So you see me, I go hit the fans. I don't know if they thought I was saying "F you" to them, but they were fellow Bear fans, and I said it. So I don't know if they.
Oh my God,
this is great. This is great. I mean, the amount of fans tweeting at me "F you, Braggs." This lines up. This is great.
I mean, I know I yelled it at you.
My wife's been saying it to me for 20 years. So
yeah,
go Jenny.
I just wish you had been mic'd up for that game, because I could just picture someone at NFL Films completely confused going through the audio of the game. What the hell did that mean?
Funny.
Well,
that would have been good audio.
Well, I mean, obviously the first touchdown where you snatched it out of the air like that was a hell of a grab. Talk about that play for you.
Yeah, that was awesome. A player just kind of trying to get lost with the run action, and I was just kind of able to slip out from behind. At first, I thought there was going to be no one covering me, but Tyrann Mathieu kind of sniffing out the whole way, and he played across the field on it, and Tyson just threw it up to give me a chance, and was able to make a good play on a really well-thrown ball. So that was really cool to see.
So when you were leaking out, did you think you were getting it, or you were surprised that it was out when it was on the way?
At first, I was like, "Oh, I'm getting this ball," and then I looked up, kind of see what was downfield, and I saw him playing over the top, and I was like, "All right, I'm not getting this now." And then all of a sudden, I look back, and the ball's in the air, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm getting this thing." And it was a great throw, and then was able to make a play on the ball, and good stuff there. So it was pretty cool.
That was awesome.
On the second touchdown, I think the thing that was really on display was the blocking. Tevin Jenkins is pulling to the left, and he kind of directs it. He was going one way, and then he kind of changes who he's going to block to give Bagent that extra second. And then on the right side of the line, you got Tyler Scott stonewalling a guy. I mean, it just seems like the offensive line and the blocking for your quarterback has been really improved here lately.
Yeah, I think so. I think guys are more comfortable and with the offense and the scheme as we've been going on with it, and I think guys are playing at a really, really high level up front. I think Tevin has looked really, really good these past few weeks, and his performance against the Saints was outstanding. I think Darnell has been great. Darnell Wright, he's been great, and he's just getting better and better every week. So, those guys have been looking good, and definitely playing with a lot of confidence up front, and they're giving time for the quarterback for sure.
So I might be in the minority on this one, because your first touchdown in New Orleans, I mean, that's got to be up there with the best catches you've made in the league. I mean, I remember the one in Pittsburgh too a few years ago, over the middle, right? But I actually liked your second touchdown better, because the way you sold the block and then you just threw that defender off you. I mean, you tossed that guy. I mean, the execution on that just seemed like it was perfect.
Yeah, I think that's kind of playing into my strengths, those type of things. Well, because first I'm so involved in the run game, which I take a lot of pride in, and that helps me open up in the pass game. So being physical with the linebacker. I think he maybe had a sense at first it might be a pass, and he was soft, but I came off hard and physical and was able to shed him after being a little patient at the line. And Tyson obviously threw a great ball over the shoulder, and we were able to execute the play there. So, yeah, really just well executed and really well thrown ball there by Tyson.
Do you know the name of the guy that you completely just disposed of in the Carolina game?
The chip?
Yes. Do you see that?
No, I actually don't. I don't know who it was, but I remember I didn't even realize I hit him that well until after the play when Darnell was like, "Dude, you chipped the shit out of that dude." And I was like, "Oh, good. Well, that makes your job a lot easier."
His name is Marquise Haynes Sr. He's been in the league for 6 years. He's out of Ole Miss. Since 2020, Haynes has 12 sacks, 6 most in the NFL by players with less than 1,100 snaps, Cole. And you made him look like me.
Threw him out the club.
It's tough for those guys because I actually short motion down, and you can tell when those guys, they're not aware of it, and you know that you're going to get a clean shot on them. It happens here and there, and some guys you see on tape are more or less aware than others. And when I was able to short motion down, he didn't even feel it, and unfortunately, none of the backers were helping him out either by giving him an alert call. But he came off the line, and you could tell that he was not aware of it and was able to get a good clean shot on him.
Well, we've told you how QB school's breaking you down here throughout the year. He gave you a lot of credit for he put some clips together from that game where you had like 3 or 4 chips in that game that were pretty nice. So it seems like, you're starting to get love even from your biggest critics.
Wow, that's great. That's awesome.
What do you want to say to that?
I mean, with the chips, I mean, that's something that's really big in our offense. And I know it helps out these tackles a lot. And, it ends up working out for me because you get a chip and every so often you get the check down and I'm able to get some yards after catch there. So, I love chipping. I think it's a kind of a good way to get physical with guys, help guys up front. And then when you're able to catch the ball afterwards, it's always a little bit of a plus.
You just have to understand, Cole, Bears Twitter's got your back, man. So you're balling out. You got all these touchdowns. You're chipping guys out the club. So we're going, we're defending your honor on there. And we're going at JT
so you're part, you consider yourself part of Bears Twitter?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
He's like the mayor of Bears Twitter. I don't
mayor?
know how.
He's the mayor of Bears Twitter. Okay,
yes.
That's good to know.
Adam Rank probably is the president from NFL Network.
Really?
Just because of
rank ahead of you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
rank and file.
We'll talk to you after after Kmet, but that's not a factual statement. You are the mayor. You are the president. You're the CEO. It's you, right?
Yes. I don't.
But enough about me.
Yeah. Well, here, Cole, I got you're not about stats. So this is just this is not any real rankings. It's just the order of catches. I'm curious, do you know where you rank right now in the NFL as far as tight ends are concerned in total catches?
I would think top 10.
Yeah, you're top 5, okay. And we want to guess who's 1 catch ahead of you, who you might see sometime soon?
Who I might see sometime soon. I'm thinking who's up here.
Is it a rookie out of Detroit?
Laporta and Hawkinson coming up. So
Sam Laporta has 1 more catch than you. But here, I just broke it down, Cole. You have on the balls that have been thrown to you, you've made the catch 81% of the time. I feel like and tops in the game is TJ Hawkinson. He's caught 75%. Travis Kelce, he's a pretty decent player. He's caught 79. Laporta's caught 73. You are tied with one guy who's got 9 more catches than you on a lot more targets. Well, not a lot more, but 9 more targets. 11 more targets, excuse me. I can do the math. You want to guess at who that is?
Andrews?
Nope, you've got more than Andrews. Evan Ingram. Under.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I just thought it was interesting to look at. So you've got the top percentage of balls thrown to you. The whole point of this exercise, Cole, is that I think that you're doing a ton out there. But when you throw the ball to Kmet, it's a good choice by the offense. I recommend it to who's ever playing quarterback. Sincerely at the Carm. That was the point of this exercise.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah.
Well,
geez, now I feel like I feel like I need to follow this up with like something negative, like Cole. What did you do wrong in the last game? We got to correct. Like what?
No,
there's
you
got to
need
be
to-
something.
no, you need to make it awkward.
I did plenty wrong. I'll say that. There's a lot to fix. That's for sure.
Well, but it does have to be gratifying that you're finding your way through the league, and how good can you be, and you're still just. I think you probably think scratching the surface, right? You're 24 years old. The best is yet to come, but to feel like I would assume like you feel established now in the league, second contract, the whole thing, the numbers, blocking, all the stuff is showing up on tape. I would assume it feels super gratifying for you, and of course you're pushing for a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just been, quite frankly, like how I've gone about my process since the moment I've gotten the league and the guys that I've kind of attached to. And I've been really lucky with people that I've been around and the pros that I've been around. I think having a guy like Jimmy Graham was huge for me early in my career. And, you learn from other older guys who have done some good things, whether it's a guy like Nick Foles or Andy Dalton who have played a long time, and guys like Jason Peters, who was with an organization for a very long time. And, now I get to be with a guy like Mercedes Lewis, and you kind of just take bits and pieces of their processes that have worked for them over the course of the year. And, truly I go in every week and it's just trying to get better and better every day. And, I take a lot of pride in having a goal for a day, whether that be in OTAs or in camp, and improving a skill and, just kind of stacking days. And, it's never going to be a straight path upward towards where you want to go. And there's going to be ups and downs as you go throughout this thing. But, as long as you can, look back and see that the arrow is always kind of pointing up at the end of the week, at the end of the day, or at the end of the year, I always knew I was going to be in a good spot. I know I got plenty of talent and plenty of ability. It's just about, continuing putting the work and staying on course. And I think I've done that so far.
Cole, it's pretty widely accepted that it takes tight ends like a year or two in the NFL to really, catch on. I think that's part of what kind of makes what Sam Laporta's doing this year so impressive, because he's made such a big impact. But, since you went through that, like, can you explain to people what's so tough about playing your position, as a rookie? Because I know some of these answers, but I feel like you can explain it pretty well, just all the responsibilities and really what goes into that development on why it takes a couple of years.
Yeah, well, I think first off, it starts with the mental side. And not only do you have to be able to take in a whole offense, and you have to understand protections, route schemes, defensive looks, run blocking schemes. You have to understand all that. You can't just be, this is my route. You have to know why you're running the route and how it looks for different coverages, and you have to be able to recognize that on the run. And that takes a lot of just reps and being able on the field and doing those things. You got to understand protections. Why the line's sliding over here? Why are they sliding over here? What's the reasoning? Why is the quarterback canning this play? And when you're able to understand the why behind those plays, as to quarterback's canning this play to a run because of a box issue, because of this or that. You're able to play faster, and it helps you play do your job much better. And so there's a lot of the mental side. I think physically, you come into the league and all of a sudden now you're in a 3-point stance. You're asked to block a 285 pound defensive end who runs 4.5 and is these are the freaks of the freaks that you got to block, and then you got to go out on a pattern and run around against the safety who's running 4.4 or whatever it may be, and you got to be technical with your routes. So there's just so much that goes into it. And then I think, quite frankly, honestly, situation too. You got to having continuity with an offense with a quarterback's a big deal, and getting on the same page in that regard. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. And but at the end of the day, I've always just taken it on myself to improve each and every week and find things that I can get better at each and every day of practice.
How have you just kept your, because Cole, you're the same every time we talk to you. I mean, it's just impressive to me, your consistency. How have you kept that through, just trying to get the team to where you guys want to get to? Like, your attitude just doesn't seem to change. Win, lose, whatever, losing streak, winning streak, all of it. Where do you, I don't know, maybe point to where you learned how to handle whatever's coming each week? And I'm still going, I guess maybe the same thing, but it's just in the midst of where you guys are at, it adds on to what you're doing.
Yeah, I think my mentality with all that in terms of just trying to stay even keeled throughout everything, and regardless if it's a good week or bad week, I think comes actually back to my baseball background. In baseball, if you're a Hall of Famer, deals with a lot of failure. If you're successful 30% of the time, 30% of the time in baseball, you're a Hall of Famer, and which is pretty crazy. So you got to be able to learn how to deal with failure and deal with ruts and things like that. So yeah, I think just going back to like high school and playing in college, that side of baseball kind of helped me translate over to football with things in terms of maintaining a process and really just focusing on a process in terms of getting better each and every day.
What's it like for you last year, going up against Aiden Hutchinson, going into this game? He always presents problems for teams.
Yeah, I thought when we saw him the first time to the second time last year, he was a different player. He was looking way better than he did the first time, and you watch him on film now, he's even more so of that. He's very similar to the dude on the Raiders with Crosby, and you can see him kind of developing into that. I think he's a little bit bigger and he's got a little more to him weight wise than Max does, but you can see he's got that type of motor where he's playing a lot of reps and he's just relentless to the quarterback. So he presents a good challenge to us, and it's been, it's always cool to see guys develop and turn into what they turn into in the league. And he's been a pretty good player for them this year, and going back to the end of last year as well.
Are you gonna remind him how Michigan keeps ducking Notre Dame and they're afraid to play Notre Dame?
Well, I'm just gonna keep calling him a cheater while we're out in the field because there
you go.
Yeah. If he makes a good play, you should be like, "What? Did you film that?
Yeah, right.
You knew what was coming." Look, we've had coaches in this town have handled NFC North rivalries different. Lovie Smith put a huge emphasis on it all the time, beating the Packers, how important NFC North games are. How does Matt Eberflus handle that? Like, is that something he talks about this week? You guys ending this losing streak you guys have had within the division and how important it is to end it?
Yeah, absolutely. And when we were kind of previewing the schedule this year, we knew that this stretch here was going to be big. You get 3 division games in a row: Detroit, Minnesota, back to Detroit. And we always view these division games as kind of counting as 2. They count for 2, and you got to be able to get these things, and the division games are the most important of them all. So you got to be able to get wins in your division, and that's how you get in the playoffs, and that's what good teams do. So I think there's a good opportunity here over this next 3-game stretch here to do something in the division and to kind of help make up some ground for things that we weren't able to accomplish earlier in the season.
Well, Cole, I've been doing the math on this too, and from what I've been able to figure out, you guys can finish 10-7, which I think would probably get you in the playoffs, and then you can go win the Super Bowl from there. So, I mean, I'm not taking any chips off the table.
Yeah, I know. I know people are pessimistic about us at times and all that thing, but you look at areas that we've done really well at this year. Our red zone percentage, we're top 10. Third down, we're top 5. In rush average a game, we're top 5. What's been killing us is ourselves, and the stats you look at are the penalties. I don't think we've been very good in penalties. We're definitely probably bottom 5 in the league at this point. And our turnover margin, I think we're last right now in the league in that. So those are things that we can control, and we got to be able to take care of. But those other things you look at and you see, a top rush team that's really successful on third down and in the red zone. That should be a playoff team. And so we got to be able to fix some things in terms of our execution with the turnovers and taking care of the football and penalties. And I think if we get that right, as coach says, we'll be right.
So it sounds, just listening to you there, and I know you don't want to make any declarations here, but it sounds like you kind of feel like we are close. If we can just get over this next hump, we could be right there.
Yeah, and look, I think that just comes down to those 2 things. And I thought what was really encouraging, just going back to Thursday, and those Thursday games are tough just because it's such a quick turnaround, and you can feel it. Guys are tired out there on both sides, and you got to be able to execute and especially in key moments. And I thought it was just cool to see us do what we did at the end of the half, be able to get points, not giving them the ball back there at the end to allow them to get points, get the field goal. And then at the end of the game, be able to execute there on the third down and Tyson makes a great throw to Mooney to just seal the deal. And I think those are two things that are big positives for us because we really haven't done that before. And I think those are things that we got to kind of continue to do if we want to be cranking out wins here towards the end of the season.
It's all about momentum, right, Cole? I mean, you look at Denver, who won last night over the Bills, or Minnesota, when you guys played both those teams, they were reeling, and now they're starting to gain some momentum. And for you guys, I think for us as fans, we're just hoping you guys can find that momentum because all we want, Cole, playoffs sounds great, but let's just get in the hunt. That graphic they put on TV and it says in the hunt. I need you on it so I can feel better about my life while I'm enjoying Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I feel better about my life too if that was the case. So yeah, we gotta take things one thing at a time, and we got a good challenge here, and a really good Detroit team coming up, and obviously Minnesota's been hot lately with Dobbs coming in, and it's been cool to see what he's done with them, and that what a wild story that kind of is. But this is also a good opportunity for us to build momentum here, not only in division games but just overall, and see where we can go from there.
Cole, we got to know what was up Matty Eberflus's sleeve though. Because I don't know if you saw the halftime interview he did. He said we got things up our sleeve.
I thought it was the Kmet tush push.
Well, maybe that was it.
Was that? When did
I
you say
want to
that?
take
Before
credit
the
for
game,
that
or?
because I was the only one in this town that liked Cole Kmet under center doing the QB sneak, and it worked. Damn it.
Yeah, it's worked all but once.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the push is hard to stop. Except we had guys pushing me from behind too, and we get good leverage there. You get a big body, takes a hit off the quarterback. So, I mean, I think we've been executing it just fine. And I always say that with those type of plays, though, if it doesn't work, you look like an idiot. If it works, no one says anything, and it's a cool thing to kind of show on tape. But yeah, tush push worked pretty well for us this past game.
So, I'm not going to ask you if Justin Fields is coming back this week because
I'll ask it.
Well,
no, okay.
even if you knew, you probably wouldn't tell us for sure. But let's have a conversation. Let's all
blink
assume,
twice.
Let's
blink
all
twice.
yeah, blink twice if Justin Fields is going to play this week.
Yeah, right.
Let's just have a conversation, assuming he's coming back, and there's 7 games left on the table. I just as somebody that's been with him the last few years, kind of understands how this league works and everything. Beyond just wanting the offense to work and score points and win these games, just is it on your mind at all, like what these 7 games can mean for your quarterback too in the big picture?
Yeah, I mean, I think these 7 games mean a lot to everybody, and I understand. Like, look, we all understand what's on the line with guys, and in this league, as a quarterback, fair or not, you're judged by wins and losses, and that's just how this league is and how it works. And we all have incredible faith and belief in Justin, and we know that he has really all the tools in his bag to be a great quarterback. And obviously we've all seen what he can do in both types of the game in terms of run and pass and all those things. So I know he's been itching to get back. He's been obviously dealing with like a nagging thumb deal, and we hope to get him back as soon as we can. But yeah, I mean, it's a big deal, and we're still looking at this thing as players in the locker room, like we want to make a push, to get back in the hunt for playoffs and all those things. So yeah, it's a big deal to everybody, and every week you kind of play like in your head like jobs on the line because your tape is your resume, and guys are fighting for jobs. Think about guys who are on 1-year contracts here with us. All those guys, like, they're fighting for their lives every day, whether it's for this team next year or another team that's looking at film. So, yeah, a lot of big games here ahead. And, I think at the end of the day, if you win them, everyone kind of gets taken care of in a good way.
What impressed you most about what Tyson was able to do in the 4 starts that he got?
Yeah, well, I think you just look at him being a rookie, and obviously the undrafted portion is unbelievable too. And what he was able to do, he did a lot of good problem solving. I think even this past Thursday night on a short week, and kind of getting some different looks and we ended up running some plays that, maybe we didn't have totally in the game plan. We were going back to some other stuff in the game plan, and he was able to handle things really well and get guys lined up and really just take control of the huddle and all those things. So he was great, and, you could see that he has great potential as well, and he can execute at a high level in this league.
Are you going to give David Montgomery a hug on Sunday, or are you going to avoid him?
No, I'll give him a hug. I love David. David's great. As long as he doesn't rush for over 100. Yeah. So we got to hold him. But no, I love David. I miss David, and it's good. It's cool to see him thrive.
Yeah, if you guys could shut down David Montgomery, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, because I'm glad this just came up, because all of a sudden Braggs has been awfully quiet. Mr. David Montgomery can't ever get a run over 20, 25 yards, whatever it was. Now he's got like 2 80-yard touchdowns this year.
Dude, that run he had was sick. The one where
it was sick. It was
a
sick.
sick run. It was a sick run. Yeah.
Every time he does something well, I like David too. And Adam always tries to pin me against him. I was just trying to point out that, and we don't have to do this with you, Cole.
We don't.
I'll tell you this: if you're a David hater, he's got you on his list. I'll tell you that.
I'm not a David hater. I'm just saying there's a lot of fish in the sea. Is all I'm saying.
He didn't appreciate him to the level he should have appreciated him to, Cole. That would be the take from the middle chair and the right chair here. That's all.
Okay.
Essentially, I just need you guys to shut him down this week, so I don't have to hear it from everyone, including these two.
Well, wait. Speaking of people who want you to beat the Lions, Eli Stein, our friend from over across, he's in, I believe, in Israel, right?
This is Eli.
He sent us a nice super chat. Said, "Can you guys beat the Lions and make Kaplan shut up?" I believe.
Like David Kaplan?
Yeah,
David Kaplan.
That'll.
I don't think there's no shutting David Kaplan up, just like me.
That's true.
Did you just put yourself on the same media level as Cap?
I don't know. Right. Why do we have to shut Cap up? I don't know.
I don't know what Cap's doing, so I can't.
Cap picked the Lions to win the Super Bowl before the year, so he's
There you go. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's all in on the Lions. So.
Thank you, Eli. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Cole, we'll let you go.
Well, hold on. What? You're burying the lead here. Craig Counsell. What was your reaction when the Cubs picked up Craig?
Yeah. So after the game, I kind of said, obviously, I'm a big David Ross fan, and I feel for him, and hard to see him go, but that's a power move, man. That's a power move, and I think that's a high-end manager, obviously a Notre Dame guy, and a guy that I grew up watching, but I think it's a power move, and you make those moves to go win World Series, so that was cool to see. Yeah,
you kind of brought that into existence when you did the Craig Counsell batting stance on the roof, and then 2 weeks later.
Heck yeah, I did. Yeah.
Cole, good luck this week against the Lions. Good talking to you again, and maybe we'll be talking to you next week with back-to-back wins.
Awesome. All right, I appreciate you guys.
Keep it rolling, 85. There we go.
All right, there he is, Cole Kmet, working his way into. I mean, seriously, I know you're bringing up those. Just, having fun with the numbers and stuff with the other tight ends. But, I mean, Cole's right up there at the top this year. It's been fun to watch.
When you're talking about stats, I mean, the one that was going around, after he had his 2 touchdowns, tight ends with the most receiving touchdowns since the start of the 2022 season. Again, this was after the Saints game, so it may have changed. But it was number 1, Travis Kelce with 16, 2, George Kittle with 14, and then number 3, yours truly, CHGO's very own Cole Kmet
12.
With 12, and Mark Andrews right behind him with 11. And Shane Marsaw, my good friend, made a really good point that in Mark Andrews' rookie year, Mark Andrews is 28 years old right now, and in his rookie year, he's the same age as Cole Kmet is right now. Yeah, at 24.
I see what you're saying.
I'll be honest,
he's having this kind of production. You know what I'm saying? And he's already been in the league how many years? The same age as Mark Andrews was as a rookie.
Well, and remember, too, like the early conversation with Cole was the lack of touchdowns that he was scoring early on in his career. So now that he's, to be now in that spot at this point, shows you how dominant he's especially been when it comes, in the red zone the last 2 years.
He would be Cole is the essence of somebody that the Bears did not give up on too soon and actually saw what he was. And Ryan Poles deserves credit for the contract that he gave him, because if he hadn't given him that contract and he's having the year he's having right now, he's more expensive. So the Bears got actually some value here because with a player who was on the come and wanted to stay.
All right, I got to ask you a question.
Yep.
Are you in need of the perfect bag for game day?
You know I am.
Lawrence,
where is it?
When we do these transitions?
Well, that one wasn't really like trying to stuff it into the last.
Look at this bad boy right here.
Yeah, here, Braggs. I want you to hold this
yeah.
one. I want you to show this one off for everyone because
The
this
original
thing's,
varsity.
if you, I'm gonna go solo on Braggs here because there's a lot of cool details on this bag that you should
Give
look
me the
at.
flat bag? Okay.
Well, no, open it up. I want you to take a look.
You want some help, or do I got to call Jenny on how to open
Come
up
on,
the bag?
Braggs.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, hold on.
Varsity Coolers will have you set for game day and beyond with the best portable cooler and weekend duffel around. Yeah, so this can be a cooler and it can be a duffel bag. It's got team colors.
Look at
Yeah.
this.
Stick your head in there.
Well, look at all the details. Not only inside with the cool like pizza and hot dog.
Yeah,
situation,
show the bottom. Show the bottom
But
of
the
the bag.
bottom, on the bottom, yeah, that's cool there. But the
bottom.
bottom, you got the grid of the city.
You got a grid of the city.
Love that. And then all the
You got
numbers.
hot dogs and pizza on the inside lining.
That means the Bears are staying in the city. I can't wait.
and
got
then
Chicago.
look on the sides there, Braggs, on the numbers and all
Super Bowl
the.
Got the
20.
numbers on the side here.
There's so many Super Bowls listed. Oh wait, there's only one.
Pretty cool.
Messed up.
Anyways,
Can't believe you just did that.
It's an amazing bag.
Give me
You
that
know, I
thing.
thought when you said that, hey, look inside this thing, that you guys were going to have like a present for me. Or
No, you get nothing, and you like it.
You don't even get the bag. Give me that bag.
Yeah, give that bag up. But the size is great because it'll fit in a golf cart or as carry-on luggage, so it's very versatile.
I was golfing. Good
Perfect
the other day.
Christmas, Hanukkah, holiday gift.
Could
You
be
got
a hat.
21 teams represented,
Bag
so they're
man.
perfect for any football fan in your life. Built to show up in style to a party or repping around town. How about a gym bag?
Right here, baby.
You can wipe down the inside easily, get it nice and clean. Head over to varsitycoolers.us. Use code CHGO at checkout for 10% off your order.
Seriously, support us by buying the stuff that we tell you to buy. You're going to love this bag. This thing's sweet.
It's a cool bag.
It's a cool bag.
It's awesome. I love that thing.
We love a good bag. Who doesn't love a good bag?
And it's a cooler as well.
And
which,
what
right?
bread should you put in the bag?
That's what I was saying.
Oh yeah, if we only could transition from bags to bread.
And if you're
what
going
can
to
we
put
do?
anything in that bag, you should fill it up with some hero bread.
Please only talk about scrumptious bread. It's
I
the only
want to tell
bread
you
I
about
even
this
think about eating.
light, fluffy, soft, scrumptious bread.
Yeah.
Hero bread. There's no ad read I love doing more than our guys over at Hero Bread. Why? Because,
You're a hero.
I'm a macro guy. We've talked about this many a times, not just for people following their macros, but it is something that helps. I mean, fewer calories than the leading national brands, 5 to 10 grams of protein per serving, high fiber and ultra low net carbs, 0 grams of sugar. These are important, people. These are things you got to pay attention to, especially when we're getting to Thanksgiving. You want to find yourself some good bread. Get yourself some Hero Bread. Use the code CHGO for 10% off at HERO.co. Right now, Hero Bread is offering the CHGO family, like I said, 10% off their first order. Just go to HERO.co and use the code CHGO. So that's I love Hero Bread.
Bears back on the road this week, and that means you might need a place to watch the game on Sunday. You better be coming out to Uncle Bud's in Oak Lawn.
Yeah.
We're going to be there. Our next watch party. These CHO watch parties have been awesome. And
Crystal's our hero. She comes out. Our whole team of people have come out. I love our diehards that come out.
and so we got a big crew already RSVP. You need to go to allchgo.com/events. It's a free event, but we ask that you RSVP just to get a better idea of who's coming, kind of reserve your space, because we want you to be comfortable while you're there and see all the action you can. So again, Uncle Bud's in Oak Lawn on Sunday. Looking forward to that. I believe that Cole Kmet just confirmed. Well, he confirmed a couple things. He confirmed that he yelled "F you, Braggs,"
Which is amazing.
He said it when he was high-fiving a fan. That fan had to be just...
Maybe the fan knew
Well,
you.
he said he
That's
turned to the fans. I don't think he said he was high
Maybe the
fiving.
fans were like, "Yeah, we agree."
I love it. I
We
mean,
know
It's great.
that we weren't really.
Questioning
Questioning
that. I
whether or
mean,
not you love
but, it's just... It's good vibes, good energy.
Yeah.
It's going to help
Well,
build
now,
momentum.
Is it good vibes when I yell "F you, Braggs"?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Just not when Mark
But it
yells
sounds like
Hurts my
you're
feelings when
also
Mark
on
does.
David Montgomery's list. So we could have a
That's
Detroit
scary.
Lion yell "F you, Braggs" after a touchdown on Sunday.
I'm praying that doesn't happen. Every time he does something, I have to go hide in a closet. I'm golfing the other day. He scores this amazing touchdown, 75 yards. I knew exactly what was coming. Although you two didn't come after me, and I was really
Because I
expecting
was,
I was so trying.
that. You
to,
were still traumatized.
I was
from your
depressed
game,
and trying to avoid
so you
football,
weren't in the
if we're being
mood.
honest.
I was trying to avoid your Twitter and everything you were doing, and somehow, some way, it just didn't work. And I did see everything you were doing, and was wanting to be there and hang out with you because I love you.
I resisted because you at one
That was
point
quite the journey.
you repeated or you tweeted something at us in the middle of the day Sunday that you're like the legend of Bagger Vance or
Yeah,
something.
I'm like, this
which I didn't
freaking
really
guy.
understand.
Shut up.
Because it's the scene in Legend of Bagger Vance where Matt Damon is locked in Juna,
Yeah,
and he teaches him to find his authentic swing.
yeah. I still
And
don't
he's
care.
you should care. He was just completely locked in, then nails it. And I think he ends up getting a hole in one.
Again, it's weird how you only play like that when you're not with us.
You're just.
I know, because you two harass me. It's a gentleman's sport. We're supposed to be out there being gentlemen. Anybody else I golf with, it's a lovely time. You two, because
I
you're
don't want
always
you
on
two.
my ass.
You
You
won.
can't just be out
You
there and
won.
enjoy the day and give positive reinforcement to your friends. You just got to constantly be shit talking.
Well, hey,
And it hurts my feelings, and it screws up my golf game.
well that's why I didn't respond because I really, really, really wanted to respond with a GIF.
I
that
melted
said,
down.
I don't care. But I
You
did.
do care. Don't lie.
I didn't do that because I wanted you to finish your round strong. Did you?
I had a 44 on the front nine, and it was one of the best
Okay.
nine. And then on the back nine, I melted down and shot a 55.
Because you suck at golf, and we should be talking about anything other than your golf game. But
Oh, let's talk about tennis.
tough loss last night, 2-2. Season's over. Finished in 6th place. Thank you very much. Okay. Can we move along here, Hoge?
Yeah, because there's something. Now I got to go after you.
Oh, great.
What a missed opportunity you had.
Yep.
Because
Bill Zimmerman.
Bill
beat you to it.
Zimmerman with the Carm tweet of the century that didn't come from Carm.
This is upsetting. I don't even know what it is.
What's fueling the Bears' defensive turnaround? Is it reps? Is it bad offenses? Or is it Phil Snow?
So this is BS by Zimmerman. He should anytime you talk about Snow, I should be
Should have
credited.
ran by you.
I should be credited. I discovered Phil Snow.
Yeah, but you didn't think that maybe this all has to do with
We
Phil
are
Snow.
kind of cornering the market for Bears things. You know, Cole Kmet scores, credit
Dude,
me.
I own
Phil's
Bajan.
Defense plays well, credit Phil Snow, then credit Carm.
I own
Push,
Bajan
push,
and
credit
Snow.
Hoge.
Anything on special teams across the league. tweeted me, basically.
Yeah,
that happened last night too. All right, 5 games before Phil Snow, the Bears were giving up 27.2 points per game, 384 yards per game, 6.2 yards per play. That's awful. 8 yards per pass, 3.7 yards per rush, 37.3 on third down, which is just atrocious. Phil Snow comes along.
Snow.
5 games with Snow. 16.8 points per game, 264 yards, only 4.1 yards per play. And the third down percentage is all the way down to 32.8%.
Snow Angel.
I mean, I don't think the story here is
Phil Snow.
Phil Snow. I think it's that you were Mr. Phil Snow, and you didn't even realize the impact that he had, and I'm just really disappointed in you.
Well, okay, you need to rephrase that because I did and do and will forever know the impact of Phil Snow. However, I didn't take the time like I should have, like Zimmerman did, stealing my snow.
Not stealing your snow.
He stole my snow. He absolutely did. But I should have broken down what Snow did. I didn't feel like I had to because it's obvious
He's
what
more
Snow's.
upset. He had the whole nation stealing Secret Bajan Man from him, and he's more upset about Zimmerman stealing his snow.
No, I'm mad at Swirsky too, and that guy won't.
Ducking and dodging.
He's
me.
ducking and dodging.
He's jumped the shark too.
Chuck
Swirsky
Swirsky?
puts out not Chuck Swirsky. He'll never jump the shark. He's a legend. No, this Dave Swirsky and his music videos. He's jumped the shark. It's a new song every day.
Guys on
he's talented, but you're not on a heater.
Going after him for?
Yeah, because
it's
Dave Swirsky
we
alone.
do a new
He's
show
got a
every
couple
day.
good songs, but he's putting out 7 a week. Calm down.
They're not all bangers.
You're not
it's not
on a-
Taylor Swift.
First of all, they are all bangers. That guy's good, and he's only putting out 2 a week. And give this don't crawl up Swirsky. If someone's gonna have
It's
beef
just
with
too
Swirsky,
much.
Too much Swirsky.
It's
I like
too
the one
much,
this past
week.
week. It's Friday. The Bears won.
It was great. The guy's
great.
Give the guys
it's-
props, man.
Yeah.
That
No.
guy's freaking good.
He's oversaturating the market. It's like these Star
Carman had a
Wars.
corner.
I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
But we were talking about this last week. They're just putting too much out now, and I can't keep up with it.
Oh, that's like Marvel. Once
right.
they started with the
It's
TV
just-
shows,
it's
they
too- now
can't do
right.
that.
You can't follow the storyline anymore. So this is what Swirsky's doing.
I think Swirsky should do a daily song. I would watch daily, just for the record. I mean, none of them is as good as what I'm about to come up with the next one, whenever it crosses my head. But
We've been waiting. I mean, you've kind of just been sitting on.
we've been waiting.
You're like
Every
Justin
time
Timberlake.
every
The
time-
music just stopped.
Don't listen to him.
The music stopped. Every time I sing something, you're telling me to stop.
Yeah.
And this guy is
Yeah, I am.
literally. And now you want more. Which one?
No,
is
I
it?
didn't say I wanted more. I'm just pointing out that it stopped.
Okay.
He said he wanted more.
Okay.
I would
want
like
more.
less.
I know you want more.
I want less.
You want more. You probably want less because you need to learn what's good in life. But
He's just putting out a front, though. That's
He
his
loves it.
hardy exterior. He truly
that's
does
true.
love
Law
it.
loves it. All right.
Hoge's
Yeah.
the same way.
Yeah.
They act like they're too cool for school, but they love it.
Thank
Hey,
you.
I'm
I love it.
I'm
I'm not
getting
afraid of
I'm getting some shit in the super chats over here. Sang Ray Kim, $4.99. Carm, you want to read this? Since
Law mocked me for arguing for Peyton as head coach. Look what he did to washed up Russ. Imagine what he could have done for Fields. We need to hire Peyton. Sangray, I like that you underline when you're right in life, but Sean Payton ain't coming here. So good job,
Also,
Sangray.
no thanks.
And then there's that side. Should we
Well,
do
it would
Michael
just
too?
be-
Are we just? And apparently we are. We're just going to ignore that they needlessly backed up the field goal with 3 straight kneel downs yesterday. That was the most idiotic, stupid thing I've ever seen. Like, these coaches get so conservative in the tightest moments, and they got so lucky the Bills had 12 guys on the field.
yeah, what the hell,
You
man?
don't need to kneel there. Just put 2 hands on the football, run forward. You're correctly running out the clock. I get it, but they have timeout, so you're just kneeling and you're backing up the field goal. What are you doing? I hated that. Sean Payton, no thank you.
I was playing tennis.
At the end of the day, though, I'll take a head coach or an offensive coordinator that actually have experience next time around, as opposed to coaches that don't have
I
experience.
don't know
We
what you're
have
talking about.
to-
Fluke's got things up his sleeve. He's going to the Hall of Fame.
I would ditto that thought. I'd like some experience would be cool, unless his name was Dan Campbell,
we're
which would have been
seeing
amazing.
What about
uh,
Ken Dorsey?
Yeah, Ken Dorsey
So-
getting fired this morning from the Bills.
So does he get fired if they have 11 guys on the field and the field goal doesn't
Good
go?
question.
Like, I'm serious. They fire him after a win?
No.
Or so he gets fired because Leonard Floyd was on the field and, like, what?
I mean,
Well, he gets fired because
I got to think they would have fired him anyway.
Josh Allen has turned
you're
into
not firing anybody after a win.
But
I don't know. Mississippi State and Texas A&M both fired their coaches this last weekend. One of those teams won. I don't know who because I don't care. I think it was A&M.
Look, 4 turnovers. Allen is leading the NFL now with 13 turnovers,
Well, he's
11
led the
interceptions.
league in turnovers the last 4 years,
Right.
underlined by your boy Nick Wright, who's really going after him.
That's because he's got an agenda for Patrick Mahomes. Let's be clear about that. Look, Brian Dable left. That's going sideways now.
Yeah.
And
But Leslie Frazier also. I've heard that Sean McDermott's kind of a pain in the butt to work for and with. So I don't know if there's some of that going on where they've just sort of lost their mojo. They got a tough schedule coming down the stretch here. 5-5. It's no shoe in that the Bills make the playoffs.
Oh, they're effed. They're effed.
I mean, they got a really tough schedule.
Joe Brady stepping in as the interim. Could Joe Brady be the Phil Snow for the Buffalo Bills? Obvious answer, no chance.
Well, it just goes to show you how hard it is to win in the NFL. I mean, the Bengals and Bills both had their opportunities here the last few years to slay the dragon and win a Super Bowl, and you just assume with the quarterbacks they have, the teams they have, that they'll eventually get back to the mountaintop. But it's not that simple. Sustained success in the NFL is one of the rarest things to come by. The Chiefs have achieved it. The Patriots obviously will be the example that every team strives for that you'll never be able to get to. But it's not easy in the NFL.
Yeah, just last thought on that, by the way. It's when the Bears don't play on Sunday and you watch the rest of the league, it makes at least me feel good at how many really curious plays are called.
Yeah.
And, they're doing the same exact thing that the Bears are doing or vice versa, whatever. Oh, so the Bears are doing exactly what that winning football team is doing, throwing a dump off nothing 2-yard whatever that gets blown up and it doesn't look good, and then we're all sitting there screaming at Luke Getsy, and then it's happening all over the league.
I mean, let's be honest. The NFL there was a lot of terrible product put out on Sunday.
Well, that's what I mean, though. I mean, you watched Denver
football
win last night. The Bears should have beat Denver. That game's just going to always piss me off the rest of my life. And whatever.
It's a bad loss.
They were 3-5 going into that game. And it's just like, it just goes to show you that little margin of error is the difference between feeling good about the team you watch and talk about every day.
Who was 3-5?
I'll help you with
there's
the
no
math.
way. That was not week 8. Week 9. That was like week 5, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think the Bears were.
No, I'm talking about the Broncos.
I think both teams.
Last night.
Yeah, they were 3-5 going into.
We
the
thought you were
game.
talking about the game that you'll never get over in your life.
Yeah.
The random.
Yeah, no.
Week
I'm
5
sorry.
game.
Yeah.
We missed the period, space, capital.
Well, you're not paying attention.
I guess so. You know what I pay attention to? The lines on Circus Sportsbook.
Oof.
Because the lines are the best.
Transition.
They have tight money line splits, the low hold model. They strive to have a -110 split. What does that mean? It means they're taking less of your money off the top, right? Other sports books, they use -115, -120 splits. Circus Sports keeps as little money as possible on large market bets, especially compared to other books, and they want you to download other sports betting apps. You look at them for yourself. They're not telling you not to do that. Compare the lines from each sports book. You're going to see Circa does it best. Circa Sports does not limit players based on their winnings. Every player has the same limits, unlike other books who do limit winning players. They have great customer service as well with real people behind the Circa Sports brand. And they all aspects of their outstanding app are being run by the same team that runs the main Circa Sportsbook at Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. If you've ever been there, you know it's incredible. Download the Circa Sports Illinois app at circusports.com/Illinois-app. Sign up today. Also be on the lookout for Circa events, watch parties, and tailgates. We had one of those last week. If you're someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER, text GAMB to 833-234, or visit areyoureallywinning.com.
Love the friends at Circa. Shout out to Margaret and Jillian and Alex and all the great people over there who we've got to do a ton of events with. It's been fun. And shout out to our friends at Game Time Tickets. Download the Game Time app right now, and you will get the best prices to the best events, sporting events, concerts, shows. You want to go see Trevor Noah or be in the same place with good old Carm, yours truly, on Wednesday night. You can do that via the Game Time app. And when you do it with us, your first purchase, you get $20 off by using the code CHGO. That's right. Your first tickets, depending on what they price, might even be free. You might have a credit on there if you're going to see, the White Sox next April.
Not me.
Are you really?
What?
Are you gonna sit out next year?
I did this year. The only game I went to one home game for half. We were at that one game for 3 innings. Remember when we went in April after a show? The 3 of us?
Yes.
It was the only time I was at the ballpark the whole year. The other game I went to was in Minnesota.
Wow. All right. Hey, okay. Well, Hoge won't be there, but somebody will be. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use that code CHGO, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and put that CHGO in there, $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed.
You know what I'm going to need Game Time for?
What's that?
The
A couple
Northwestern
weeks ago when I
game.
asked you if I should buy those tickets to see Caitlin Clark.
They're
Northwestern.
sold out?
Yeah.
I can help you with that.
Okay. Or Game Time could help me with that. Thank you.
Ask this guy for tickets.
I don't
all the
need
time.
you. I got
Doesn't
Game Time.
Do anything to help me.
Yeah, that's a better idea. Much better. I'm slow today. Jesus.
Well, at least this time he didn't try to create a competing.
Game Time understands if you got an inside hookup like Carman, then you don't need to use it. But if you do want to go see Caitlin Clark, then use Game Time.
When is she coming?
January 31st.
Oh, damn, that's far away.
I know. Well, I was looking at it a couple weeks ago, and I should have bought the tickets. I didn't.
I told you to buy them. I said it was going to go up.
No, you didn't. You said I can help you with that.
No, but I told you, because this is what you do. Let me actually do something for all you Game Time people.
Here we go.
You look at where the tickets are likely going to go, and you make your decision based on that in the time. Because you know, with Game Time, you can wait till Game Time. You can wait till after Game Time to buy them. And I looked at the prices of Clark, and I'm like, how much lower is it going to go? Probably, maybe you might get a $10 lower, but it could go about $40 higher. So that their Hoge in
Face was 25.
Yeah, you didn't play it right.
You didn't
It's
play
a
it right.
small capacity stadium.
What are you talking about? You said I have a hookup with you. I can get in there for free.
No, but
but even guys with hookups at Northwestern, it's not easy because there's just not many seats in the stadium.
Here comes Nicholas Moriano looking for tickets. Nobody goes after a freebie better than Nick. This guy.
Oh my God.
This guy is the greatest.
Yeah.
Haircuts, chips, shampoo,
Workout.
Game Time tickets, workouts.
Yeah.
Guy's a
Bears
machine.
Fit.
Probably doesn't pay for his own gas. Walks in there and be like, let me. Is there any way I could
That
polish up?
yogurt place too,
Yeah. Oh, definitely the yogurt place he's getting.
or whatever that is.
Yeah. No, this guy's good.
Oh, he's
He's good.
Lolo bowls?
Yeah, Lolo
he hasn't
bowls.
paid for a
That's
Lolo
what it
bowl
is.
in forever.
I go in there. I pay for my Lolo.
No, he goes right on to
Is this a
Insta.
Lolo read or is this a game or?
I
I
want to
think
be.
the read's over. I think we changed the
I wanna be
conversation.
Nick.
That's it.
Yeah. Nick, every morning when I wake up and I saw that Nick's been awake for 2 hours with his dog outside, it's I never know if I should feel ashamed or
You should
happy that I feel rested.
Haircuts free, Bears Fit free, Acai Bowls free.
What?
Free gas. Did I not say it right?
No, you didn't say it.
How
right.
do you say it then, dumbass?
I would not be the dumbass in this situation. That
You're
would be-
always the dumbass in every
no.
situation.
Say it again.
No, I'm not. Acai Bowls.
There'll be acai.
Acai. Sorry. Acai.
Sarai.
Sorry.
Acai Bowls.
Acai.
Can I get
Bowls.
upper management?
I'm
around
sorry
here?
there. You elitists.
It's not an elitist. Try eating
Lake
something other than.
Forest elitists.
Try eating something other.
Evanston elitists.
Try
With
eating
your
s-
acai bowls.
Listen,
Nobody
listen.
knows what
Listen to me.
No blue collar person in this chat knows what an acai bowl is.
Listen to me. Stop playing a golf
Still
course.
not saying it right.
Acai.
Acai.
Why don't you stop playing golf courses that the lawn hasn't been?
No, I played a nice course on Sunday. Thank you very much.
And stop eating French fries for
it
every
was the
meal.
acai bowl of
There you
golf
go.
courses.
As long as it's not the
In
golf course
Northwest
we went to in
Indiana.
Indy. That was my least. I think that was my least favorite course I've ever played.
Well, I think
Maybe
it was the people
maybe it
you
was
were
the group
playing-
I was in,
it's the
but-
people you were playing with, and the fact that it was downpouring for
All right.
7
Course was
holes.
Do you know how to say asparagus? You ever had one of those? How about broccoli? Have
There's
you had
no way Braggs has seen asparagus in his life.
I'll eat asparagus. I will not eat broccoli.
Eric says, for someone counting their macros, Braggs, you should know what that is.
Oh boy.
It's okay. No problem. All right. Hoge, got anywhere you want to go?
Well, we got a super chat here from Michael who says, here a lot. This roster has a ton of holes. Other than a stud defensive tackle on center, what are all the major holes?
Well, center,
I like to look at this different, though. I
Three-
like to look at this. Yeah.
center 3 technique. Whether or not they're going to sign Darnell Mooney as second wide receiver.
You need another dynamic wide receiver. You need to figure out the quarterback situation.
Probably need another safety in the offseason, maybe two.
Well, and depth.
Brisker
You
can't
need
stay
2
healthy.
more guys who can rush the
Everybody
passer.
always looks at holes as just the surface level starters and dismiss how important depth is. And the Bears don't have depth. And when they've gotten hit with the injury bug with their secondary and their offensive line, it's taken a hit to them this year.
Quite frankly, they have a lot of starters who should be the depth.
And that's the other part of it. This is the other thing I was talking about with Bears fans is it's not just having, okay, we know who this player is at this starting spot. Check, this hole is filled. That to be a Super Bowl caliber team, you need quality depth, quality starters. And so, like me and Corey Wooten were talking about Braxton Jones, and you know how he's been with Braxton. He's starting to be encouraged with what he's done the last 2 weeks. But if they choose to upgrade that position with a top 10 left tackle, that's what the good teams do. Yes, you have a solid player there, but the idea that you can't replace him with an even better player, that's what good teams do. And if you don't do that, that's small-minded thinking.
Well, speaking of small-minded thinking, if we can, and this is more of could be a topic that we can bring back tomorrow, but it sounds like once Nate Davis is healthy, they're going to put him back in at right guard and move Tevin to left guard.
Yeah.
Just to accommodate Nate Davis.
Okay, but let me play devil's advocate for a second.
Go ahead.
Do we like Tevin Jenkins at right guard just because he's next to Darnell Wright, or because he's playing significantly better at right guard compared to left? Because I think he's been playing good at both.
Correct.
At both, I should say.
He has been playing well acai bowl at both, but I do think that he's better, has played it more, plus it gives you that dynamic of Tevin and Darnell next to each other on the right side. And, I mean, maybe Nate just can't move over there.
But Nate Davis was playing well before he got hurt. And if he's never played significant snaps at left guard and the other guy showed you this year he can do both, I don't see why I would be against. Doesn't that make the sum of the offensive line better?
Well, then that's clearly how they're looking at it. Like, this is our best offensive line.
And they've signed Nate Davis to, what, a 4-year deal? They're not benching him.
I guess my overall point is that, look, when you go back and look at Poles' offseason on the offensive line, and I'm not going to blame Ryan for a guy in Nate that missed time because of a family issue that nobody could ever forecast. But it was an odd signing at the time. You were trying to get a right tackle. You didn't want to pay the going rate for McGlinchey, so then you went and you got a right guard, and then you're switching your offensive line all the way around.
See, I disagree with you because I don't think they had any of these concrete answers at guard.
Didn't Tevin play well last year at guard?
Yes, but how many times do we have to go over this? He gets hurt all the time. I love that he seems to be staying healthy right now.
Okay.
But this is the same guy who mysteriously just hurt both calves.
Right, you couldn't count on. You couldn't count on him going into the season that he was going to be able to play through the whole year. We all know he's talented when he's healthy.
I would have preferred to see them spend the money on a stud center, but
it just right. If you let me say it like that. If you were going to rank what they needed on the offensive line last year, what would your order have been?
Center, guard.
Well, and right tackle before they drafted Darnell.
Yeah,
it would have been right tackle. Or center, right tackle.
Well, we talked about this in the draft. I would have rather have, and this is not hindsight, I said over and over, 3-technique center over, and then sign a tackle over basically what they ended up doing. But I love that they found a right tackle. I mean, Darnell Wright's good.
Yep.
But they still don't have a center or a 3-technique.
It just was.
Darnell Wright.
Whatever.
Knows how to use the self-checkout.
It's not a huge negative because Nate, I'm going to assume, is going to play well once he gets back on the field and stay there, and that's fine. But it just didn't make a ton of sense at the time, and now you're in the way it's working out, you're reworking your offensive line to put him back in there. I just feels like unnecessary. They had so many other needs. That I guess is my point.
Yeah, I don't agree.
You don't think Dietary Carter would do just as well?
No, because the tape says he doesn't, and there's a reason why he's still not playing.
He's had opportunities, and he's
played well.
Okay, let me ask you this: is the offensive line better?
Yes, the offense. Okay,
do they have more depth than they did?
Why are you fighting this? Just say
just
yes and then shut up.
There you go.
The guy's been on the. Nate Davis gets very little credit for that. How much has he been on the field? 7 snaps or 10? 12?
Okay.
Right?
When he played, he was good. He had a death in his family.
I'm not. But like
it was a very weird month after month trying to get acclimated here. His mom dies. He finally gets on the field. He plays well, and he suffers an ankle injury.
And the line,
like this isn't a like any reason to be concerned about Nate Davis in the future, in my opinion.
I understand, but my point is that there's a zillion needs on this roster, and when Nate hasn't played, the offensive line has still done well.
They have, but that's what they have. The D word. They have depth now. Why?
Sorry.
You're not excused.
Well, I wasn't saying it to you.
I'll let it. I'll let it go. That's fine. Great signing, Nate Davis. Loved it. Beautiful thought process. Couldn't have been better. Do it again. You know what? This offseason, let's sign another.
This is how you build depth. What we were just talking about.
Correct.
They need.
He
They've
wasn't
done
listening.
it.
Sign
There's
another
nothing to complain about here.
No.
Except they didn't draft.
I'm not complaining.
That I'm complaining about.
Fair to complain about.
Nicholas Raimondo, $4.99. Do you think when Fields returns, does the offensive line go back to looking bad?
No.
No,
Fields is going to be amazing.
I mean, that's what's exciting about Fields coming back in these last 7 games.
Carm said that with.
Yeah,
I believed 3% of what.
Well,
Carm
it's just
said.
the same arguments that I swear on God I'm speaking logically, but it just doesn't.
All right, Nick.
Register.
Let me answer your question by saying I do think the sack numbers go back up.
Well, that's the key. Everybody
I-
talks about the stats. What does Justin Fields have to show to end the year to prove he's the guy to not draft a quarterback? And the sacks are the biggest one, the negative plays.
Yep. And turnovers. 100%.
Yep.
Losing your voice over there. You all right?
Shut up.
Yeah, both
I
of you
wish
guys.
you'd lose your voice permanently.
Wow. That's amazing.
Hey, Braggs, how long did it take you to figure? Never mind. You weren't born. Never mind.
Both of
Yeah,
you quiet.
not all of us are as old as you.
That's right. How long did it take Bobby Knight to figure out that MJ was Jordan? Oh, he never played an NBA game. How long did it take for?
Well, we
the
have
Hawks to
one more
figure out
ad
that-
read, and then I do have a question for
I'm
Hoge.
trying to get to it.
Okay, Hoge.
Carm's rumbling and bumbling about Bobby Knight and Michael Jordan here.
I'm just talking about how long it takes to figure out if guys can play. Maybe 6 more seasons we'll figure out if QB.
Yeah.
If
Great example. Bring up the greatest athlete of all time.
I don't know, can Connor Bedard play? We need more time.
With Empire today, you get shop at home convenience, the right product for your needs, quick and professional installation, and a low price guarantee. Empire today is the best place to get new flooring, and because of that, they have copycats. They cannot beat Empire today on service and speed, so those copycats advertise low quality products that Empire won't carry. Empire's not going to promise you the lowest prices because anyone who does that is putting flooring in your home that they wouldn't put in theirs. And Empire keeps shopping for floors simple with a curated product selection. Their philosophy is to help you find what you need, not overwhelm you with thousands of choices and substitutes. Their virtual floor designer is a great way to see how new floors will look in any space. It's easy. Just snap a picture, instantly see how new floors will look in your room. Shopping for floors at a big box store can be frustrating, and Empire takes pride in their convenient shop-at-home service, helping customers shop for floors where they use their floors so they can see exactly what their new floors will look like in their homes, the lighting and decor, and they can make an informed decision. And they service their own warranties, which is huge. Schedule a free in-home estimate today. All listeners can receive a $350 off discount when they use promo code CHGO. Restrictions apply. See EmpireToday.com/CHGO for details.
My mom monitoring my quotes on this show saying, did you hear Greg said he would enjoy Thanksgiving? Mom, I enjoy the holiday. I enjoy your company. Just not what we're eating.
Barb, if you could just work on Greg in the English language, that'd be wonderful.
If you could just get him an us.
Yeah, if you could give me an us. Yeah, no, say it, smart guy.
I never claimed to know it, honestly. Get him one of those bowls from
In a
Lowe's.
Kai bowl,
An acai bowl. An acai bowl.
Hook it up.
acai,
Acai.
and
Yeah, let's have acai for
Barb, if you
Thanksgiving.
would like,
That's better than
I'll come over for
turkey, I
Thanksgiving and
promise
not
you.
complain about the food. I promise you
Me
that.
too, Barb.
I'm excited to make sweet potato casserole.
I appreciate you,
Mom's
Barb.
irritating me because she's getting knee replacement surgery Wednesday night. Let me just tell you why. I know you guys are looking at me like, well, how's that irritating? Well, normally we have Thanksgiving at my house.
What a
and
jerk.
then I can watch football and enjoy the house and the holiday. But she's like putting her. I haven't talked to her on the phone about this yet, so she's just.
Why don't you guys talk about this right now?
Yeah, she wants to do it at her house, and it's pissing me off. I don't care that you just replaced your knee. We need to do this at my house.
So you're saying Mom doesn't have the right TV setup for you?
Yeah, it's not enough. She's got like
You're
the
the worst
small
son of all
TV.
time.
Barb, I'm here to step in for Greg. If I'd love to come over and I'd even
drive all the way to my
Wait,
childhood home.
why don't you just bring the TV that you brought here that one night? Just bring it to your mom's house.
That's true. I could do that. That's actually not a bad idea.
There you go. See, solved.
All right. So my question for
Wait.
you guys, because you didn't talk about it
Hold
yesterday.
on. Wait, real quick. Let's get to
Okay.
Harshbarger to finish off this offensive line
Harshbarger,
thing.
$2 super chat. What about Carter to center?
Jalen Carter? Just Tyree Carter?
Yeah, Dietary.
I don't know. He
JT.
can play tackle. I don't know if he can play center. I don't think that's your answer. I think your answer is a stud center. In the draft or in free agency. We signed Sam Mustipher.
we don't have the luxury, Eric, to mess with that right now because we're trying to figure out if the quarterback can play.
Center hasn't been a huge problem the last couple weeks, although the snaps
Hasn't been great.
Sometimes the snaps are like nails on a chalkboard.
I still like the one that rolled back the other week, two games ago.
All right. So my question before we end this show, because I was a little disappointed you guys didn't bring this up yesterday, because I'm
We need more likes on this show, by the way. 127.
curious to hear your
Yeah,
thoughts.
you know, that is annoying because I put in this poll question that has like 460 votes, but yet there's only
If you
129
voted for the
votes.
poll, please hit the like button.
It's just
Brags,
a
go ahead.
button.
Yes, hit the like button, please.
Please.
But yeah, I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts. It was nice to hang out at home and watch football over the weekend and Saturday night. I know we talk a lot about Caleb Williams, and I'm sure we're going to talk a lot about both these quarterback prospects as they move forward. But Drake May against Duke, did you guys have a chance to watch the game? Adam Johns went out there and watched it in person.
Boycotted all forms of football Saturday night.
So
I'm not ready
No,
to give
Johns
it.
was there. I am planning on watching the tape at some point. I know Adam.
Drake May was unbelievable.
Yeah,
in that
he
game.
was very, very impressed. Dane Brugler now has Drake May rated higher than Caleb Williams. Nate Tyson's been on that for a while now. Johns' big takeaway was, as somebody who covers a team where they constantly fold in the fourth quarter and never make the plays to win, like to see Drake May do that 4 times. Game went to overtime, right?
Yep.
So fourth quarter and overtime.
And he had one play in overtime where it was like a little out route, and he put it right on a dime, and it was dropped to win the game. So that was another one of the nice throws. And against a good defense with Duke, so yeah, I find that interesting because it's kind of been, that it's been put in marker that Caleb Williams would be the number 1 pick, but all these turnovers start to add up for Caleb. And now you're seeing Drake May starting to ascend. I just think it's a really interesting thing to monitor. And, it's the elephant in the room for us as Bears fans of what the Bears are going to do. So I'm paying attention to everything. And that includes what Justin Fields does the last 7 games, but it includes what Drake May and Caleb Williams are doing. So it's certainly interesting. Did you watch? You didn't watch.
I haven't seen it. No. I was
Carman doesn't even know who Drake May is.
a college football player. Listen, I was celebrating the 5-5 Wildcats going up to Wisconsin and kicking the living crap out of the Badgers. That's what I was doing on Saturday for my football.
That was a great kick in the nuts after losing our game on Saturday.
I mean, Northwestern smoked you.
Get to the bar with my family to eat away and drink away the pain, and I look up at the TV and it's 24-3
to 3. Ben Bryant,
What the hell?
four possessions in the first half, touchdown, field goal. Go, you Northwest. It was awesome.
Oh, I tried to tell you David Brown was a good coach.
I didn't fight that, I don't think.
Well, and then I'm going back to, because I don't care what you guys are talking about. The Arizona win was just huge. That was an exciting win for Bears fans.
Do you need a nap?
I don't need a nap. Why? Do you? What?
Why was Oh, the Arizona Cardinals win.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
I thought you were talking.
That was good.
I thought you were talking about
Yes,
the
sir.
Wildcats.
No.
The other wild.
Talking about
the Bearcats. Why did I just call them the
football.
Wildcats?
I was
talking about
they're
the
Wildcats.
Bears.
Why am I losing my mind right
Because
now?
like Marvin Harrison Jr.
Because they say bear down.
Marvin Harrison Jr. has. Oh, that pisses me off. Don't get me started about that. But yeah, I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. has 3 touchdowns. You know, it's just gonna and the chances going up, and even Denver winning because now there's only a few teams left with 3 wins.
I did like the Denver win last night as a sneaky, although apparently Sean Payton's the best coach ever. We should have hired him, but
No.
You got the Giants and Patriots 2 weeks from now. They're both the 2 teams with 2 wins. They play each other. So it's just starting to really – the stars are starting to line up that – I mean, yes, it would be great if the Bears had the number 1 pick, but the number 2 or even the number 3 pick is going to land you somewhere. I mean, to me, Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be the number 3 pick in the draft, more than likely. So if you end up with that, that's a great thing for the Bears. So I'm just very excited that things are starting to take shape. And I'm really starting to key in on that stuff, as I have been for a month.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing who the Giants pick number 1 overall.
All right.
Well, hey, look what happened last year. The Panthers took Bryce Young, and it ended up working out great for the Texans taking the 2nd quarterback overall.
You'd rather have 1 pick, but yes, you're right. Okay, it's time to go now because it's time to go.
Carm's calling it.
shocking.
I know. That is shocking. Follow us on Twitter at CHGO_Bears. I'm at Adam Hoge, at the Carb, at G Braggs Jr. 23.
I'll never do that again. That was the worst wave ever. Thank you for watching.
Hey, come to the watch party on Sunday. AllCHGO.com/events. Uncle Bud's in Oak Lawn. We're watching the Bears game there, pre and post. Having a great time. Go check us out. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe. Appreciate you. We are back tomorrow with Baldy at noon right here on the CHGO Bears Podcast. Talk to you then.
We all silly like the mayor.